Yes, guys. So there's some videos that are circulating that talk about the male gaze or women dressing up for the male gaze or whatever. And I think in general, obviously women dress up for women too, right? But and trans or whatever. But I think in general, there's nothing wrong with saying you're doing something for the male gaze or the female gaze or whatever, right? I mean, it's not like it's a big deal, right? We all know a lot of people want attention, but not everybody wants attention. That's also something we have to really focus on too. Not everybody wants to get attention. Um, Not everybody wants to get that kind of attention, right? So you can't just assume that's for the male gaze or that's for the female gaze or whatever gaze it's for. You don't just assume. But for the most part, I mean, and some people really don't want attention, right? They really, really don't want attention, and they might not even be looking for lesbians or dating women. They just don't want attention from men, right? Maybe they had a bad breakup. Maybe they like being single. Maybe they're looking for something something later on. Maybe they just want to dress up and have fun and get told they're pretty by all their friends regardless of whether they're male or female, but not pursue anything. I mean, not everything has to be for the male gaze, but then also recognize that sometimes it is for the male gaze, and that's totally fine too, right? So, if you're looking for the male gaze or you're not, it shouldn't really matter. I think at some point you have to say, like, I think at some point you have to say, like, it's okay to look for the male gaze or female gaze, whatever. And it's also okay not to, right? And you can't make an assumption. But I mean, the thing is, everything's crazy now, right? I mean, most people would assume, and it's not necessarily accurate, but most people would assume that if you're dressing up pretty, you want attention. But like I said, some people might have a relationship. You really can't assume, right? Anyway, thank you. Bye now. Bye.